Hello and welcome back to War Sails, and we're here at Belgard. Yes, and I have actually called for additional vassals as well because I kind of thought, hey, you know what, we need them. You know, we need a little bit of extra power here, and you can see that we do have a Nord army that is very, very ready to attack us. Thankfully, it does look as though they are not being assisted super hardcore by... Oh, there they are. Okay, see, that's what I was kind of worried about. I was very much worried about this. So this is going to be a problem. I'm not sure how we're going to really do this, but I think we should probably just go in, shouldn't we? Oh, wait a minute. What's actually going on here? What are they doing? Wait a minute. Are they going onto the ocean waves? Oh, wait a minute. Okay, they seem to be bugging out. All right, they... This is hilarious. What are they actually doing right now? This is crazy. Okay, wait. Oh, are they... Should I chance this or should I just go straight in? I feel like I should literally just go straight in right now, but I'm kind of a little bit worried. I'm going to let it run for a little bit longer and then we'll see what happens. Alright, so I've actually waited for as long as I possibly can here, I think, because these enemies are actually starting to get a little bit too close for comfort. So you can see here that they are still doing this. They're still literally going back and forth. It's actually kind of surprising because they could very easily go and take Sibir back with this amount of people. You know, it'd be very easy for them to do that. But yes, anyway, we are just going to go straight on in. We're going to try and see if we can take this relatively easily. I mean, yeah, it's probably going to be rather simple, but we really do have to be a bit careful, you know? Because anytime any one of us gets absolutely murdered, we have a very high chance of death. Also, bear in mind, obviously, because we have now changed Doctor's Oath, we no longer have that. So we are now actually having a very high chance of killing enemies. So if there are any vassals in the garrison here, which there aren't, I know that for a fact, but, you know, if there were, then we would have a very significant chance to kill pretty much all of them, which is absolutely fantastic. I would love to be able to do that. It feels to me like this is actually going to be very hard. Yeah, we might lose a couple of people here, which is not exactly great. So, yeah, okay. Well, what we're going to do is I'm just going to leave my people to do whatever they want to go for right here. I don't really see the need to sort of force them into any kind of particular action, but yeah, we're just going to leave them to use their thrown weapons, use their bows, you know, all that random stuff. Hopefully my medicine skill is actually going to apply to our forces. Hello there. Wow, nice. Okay, yeah, this guy is literally using stones against us. Very interesting, actually, that the AI decides to do that. I mean, from here, you know, usually they will do that in the gate section, you know, because that's pretty much what they're supposed to do. But when it comes to doing this kind of improvisational sort of stuff, it's kind of weird. You know, it's kind of weird for them to do that. Okay, yeah. So now we have a significant amount of people coming in and apparently wanting to go onto the walls. I'm not sure why they're doing that, but okay. Yeah, so we'll level up our athletics skill a little bit more, obviously, because we did get an additional focus point in that. It's been a while since we've actually had the opportunity to level up anything really nicely of note, in terms of combat skills at least. And yeah, I gotta say, the game is very different. It's definitely a testament to the game itself, obviously, because let's face it, you know, if you have very high combat skills, it completely changes the way that you play the game in comparison to when you have, you know, when you have low combat skills. Because when you have low combat skills, you have to be really careful about how you engage the opponent, because you know that you're going to be slower, you're going to be less damaging. It's going to be very difficult to, you know, maximize various attacks that you're making, unless obviously you have really good armor. I do have actually pretty decent armor right now, so it is a little bit easier for me to survive these kinds of things, but you know, I'm still not doing as much damage as I could if I had a significant amount of weapon skill, you know, with whatever weapon I'm deciding to use. But there you go, we actually did end up losing a handful of people. Okay. I held my breath there for a second. I was like, what? I'm so shocked. Okay. I'm not entirely sure. How am I supposed to do this? Bruce is... Wait a minute. That wasn't our wife? Okay, that wasn't our wife. Never mind. Was that our wife? Actually, wait a minute. I actually have no idea whether that was our wife now, because we have one... she's still in our... She's still in our party here. Maybe she just hasn't been removed. I'm not sure. Let's see. No. It is in fact her. Okay, never mind. It is her. Wow, that's really... That is so bad. That is so bad. Okay. Shall I claim this? Yeah, okay. I will claim it for a little bit. I'll claim it for a little bit and we'll see what happens. But yeah, we're having some problems right now. Let's see... Is there anything else I can do here? Well, I mean, obviously I can sell some stuff. But yeah, I should probably go and manage this. Okay, so obviously the loyalty situation is really, really bad right now. But that's okay. We don't have to worry about that. You know, we can very easily build that back up super, super quickly. Thanks to Parade. And we're just going to do this and this and this and this. And we'll do that last, I suppose. The shipyard needs to be upgraded as well, of course. Okay, so there you have it. Okay. So, we do have two armies. They are almost 100% going to be coming in here. I assume. I actually don't know whether they will. But I assume they will. Let's see what happens. They're not. Okay, I'm actually surprised. I'm actually quite surprised about that. I thought to myself, yeah, they're definitely going to come in here. A retaliatory siege in this moment would be insanely good for them. So, I'm quite surprised that they didn't bother to do it. But yeah, anyway, trade agreement with the Khuzait. Yes, let's do that. Thank you very much. I mean, that's probably better for them than it is for us. So maybe it's a bad idea. It's one of those situations, isn't it? Okay, so I think I will maintain ownership over Balgard for a little bit of time. I think what we're going to do, I am very low on food right now. So what I'm going to do is going to take some sheep. And, well, unfortunate for me, but I have to do a little bit of slaughtering here. Not a big fan of that, but that's okay. I mean, we've got some decent hides and stuff from it, but, yeah, it just barely gives us... I mean, as you can see, it barely gives us anything. That is kind of unfortunate. Oh, dearie me. Okay, well, yeah, we might have a bit of an issue here. So, we're just going to have to... we're going to have to do something about this, actually, aren't we? We're going to have to do something about this. I'm not sure what we're going to have to do here. I guess what we'll have to do is probably go over maybe to Sibir. As you can see, Sibir is looking completely fine. I guess we'll go over here, actually. Yes, the village will no doubt have a massive amount, right? Yes, I think it probably will. Yes, there we go. Absolutely perfect. Okay, so now we are fine. And Balgard is okay. Oh, well, obviously, Siberia is going to be besieged. I actually don't mind about that. I actually think that that is completely and utterly fine. I really have no problems with it. Because the more that they are distracted, the better. And they might actually just give up, to be honest. They might even just give up at Siberia, because they've done that multiple times now. Okay, this is kind of strange. All right, this is a little bit weird. Okay, so, yeah, we now have, as you can see right here, our grandchildren. I am going to be guarding them with actually literally our lives. This really, really badly needs to... they need to grow up, and we need to make sure they do not die randomly. Okay, now we are Clan Tier 6, by the way. I just reached Clan Tier 6 literally just now. So that is very, very cool. That means that we don't really need trade skill with our... grandchildren or anything like that. So that's actually pretty nice, because I haven't actually even been speccing them in it, as far as I can see at least. So that's pretty nice. That's not too bad. I mean, maybe... Oh, actually they might have... Oh yeah, they might have focus points in it. Oh well, I guess it doesn't matter too much if they do or not. But yeah, anyway, so these guys, they literally wanted to attack us. I'm actually quite surprised about this, because they didn't bring the garrison. I was thinking that they would bring the garrison. I was just gonna very quickly go in to take the castle, because I thought to myself, okay, well, let's try to consolidate a little bit, you know. We want to try to eliminate as much of the Nord presence in this area as possible. And that's kind of what I was hoping for. Unfortunately, that doesn't seem to have panned out. So we're going to have... I mean, this is good. Don't get me wrong. This is good. Being in a battle like this is really, really nice, because this enables us to actually get some pretty nice opportunity to kill the opponent. I mean, the funny thing is, I have... Obviously, Doctor's Oath is no longer active. So we have every ability to kill the enemy. And we have huge amounts of enemy vassals opposite us here. So we have a very, very high chance of actually slaughtering almost all of them. So I'm hopeful that we'll be in a good spot here. Or I'm just going to get myself killed, which could very easily happen. The enemy is pretty good at what they do. I mean, you can see here, they're actually lining up some couch lances for me right now, which is not exactly nice of them, but there you go. And let's put these guys over here, put these guys over here, and we'll try to... I was wanting to actually snipe these fellows, but unfortunately, I had to order my people around a bit. Nice. Okay, a little bit of extra damage there, never hurt anyone, and maybe a little bit of this. Okay. Oh, nice, 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 nice. Okay, that's good. Eliminate those noble troops as best as possible. And this is exactly what I was talking about beforehand. Oh, we killed one. Yes, look, we killed one of them. We actually killed one. Well, it's a minor faction, unfortunately. It was a minor faction, so unfortunately, that's not really going to make that much of a difference at all. But yeah, the amount of damage that we can currently do here is significant. But just look at what we have to deal with. Look at how incredibly strong the Nords are. And I think in general, they just I think the main thing that we have to consider when dealing with the Nords is that most of the time, when you start a game of Bannerlord, you're not really seeing the Nords have too many issues at all with pretty much anything. And I think that really makes a huge difference to them in general, as in every single one of their vassals is probably going to be completely fine. They're probably going to have a much higher survival rate for their troops. And so as a result, when you go and actually fight them, you're then met with this overwhelming number of Huskars and Ulfadins and various other Nord high-tier units. And they're good. They're good, you know? They're actually good. They're actually solid. And that's, I think, one of the main reasons why I personally believe that the Nords are very, very strong. It's kind of similar to the Aserai in a way, because the Aserai, as I've mentioned in the past, they are in a incredible geographical location. Their geography on the map is so strong, it's actually bonkers how incredibly good it is. Now, you can see here, we're actually losing a pretty hefty amount of our cavalry right now, which I don't think we need to be super concerned with, but that's also a reason why I personally feel like the Nords are so good, because they have the ability to switch to these anti-cavalry weapons. And because, of course, you know, they need to. You know, they need anti-cavalry because they have no cavalry. So it makes all the sense in the world for them to have polearms that can, you know, counter the thing that are probably going to be quite prevalent in the late game. But that's also the reason why I'm a little bit... I'm thinking maybe in future playthroughs, I really do need to, I think, focus on the Nords a little bit more, a little bit earlier on. You know, because as it stands, I can't just leave them alone. I mean, look at what's happening here. These guys, I mean, they've been in wars. That's the funny thing. They've been in wars. They've been in various battles and stuff like that. They've actually been fighting the Sturgians, of course. But can the Sturgians actually provide a great challenge for the Nords at all? Or is it more a case of them just rolling over? Well, that's the question. I don't know. You know, that's... It does feel as though that the Sturgians don't really have that much power in comparison to the Nords. I don't know why. Because every single time we start a game, it does look as though the Sturgians pretty much just lose Balgard, they lose Sibir, they lose all of these things relatively quickly. So I can only assume that that's because the Nord infantry are just so good. You know, the Nord infantry are so good that they can very easily go into the siege and they're going to have no problems whatsoever. So you can see here, they actually ended up losing 2 vassals, which is pretty decent. I was actually kind of hoping for more than that, but, you know, you can't always get what you want, I guess. And otherwise, we are just going to move on here. Oh, look at that. I'm now tier 6, so I now have 427 maximum party capacity, which is pretty crazy. Okay, so let's see what I can get here. Ooh, yeah, we can get some really, really nice stuff. Try to get this. Maybe a little bit of that. Yeah, I don't really want to take the Nord Proven if at all possible, so I'm just going to move on from here. And what else do we have available? I could use one of their shields. No, I don't think I'm going to do that. Okay, so let's take a quick little status update here. Okay, so we have 652. If I... okay. So there is another army coming over to us. So we're going to have to do something about this. And they actually did take Sibir back. Okay, interesting. Oh, now look at what we have here. This is crazy. Look at that. Okay, so we actually have Tegan actually coming in and doing an amazing thing here. This is really, really cool. Okay, we're going to have to do something about that as well. I'm going to literally disband my army right now. We're just going to let them go and do whatever they want to do. I don't really want to get them killed or anything like that. And, well, obviously our new army here is going to be doing whatever they want, which is fantastic. So... this means that I can now start to do a little bit of skirmishing and stuff like that. Okay, increase morale by 5, get 1 mule. No, we'll do this one. Did I lose any troops? One of your troops is... Are you serious that I literally had what was it, a 2% chance? Didn't I have a 2% chance to lose a unit there and I actually ended up losing one? That is crazy. Okay. Alright. Okay, yeah, I'm always constantly paranoid now that we're going to lose people every single time I go into a battle, which is probably the reason why I should be a little bit more careful with doing an auto-resolve. But in the grand scheme of things, can I really go in manually to every single battle? It's going to take way too long, isn't it? Don't you think? Anyway, Tackle Castle right here. I'm going to move on to Sibir, and I'm actually going to see how easy it is to take. Well, Tackle Castle has now been taken very, very easily, and because we have such a high engineering skill, I've actually begun to not even bother putting my trebuchets into reserve. It's just that strong. It's really, really kind of crazy how much of a difference it really makes. So as you can see, we've actually eliminated the walls. Of course, Sibir has an insane amount of food, so we will literally just be ignoring any kind of starvation mechanic. We don't really need to worry about that. But yeah, this is going to be a pretty incredible town. If we can just get it stabilized and we can, you know, make sure that our forces, well, shall we say, make sure that the enemy's forces don't overwhelm ours in the garrison, then we'll be okay. And we just need to get over here, do some parade, do some presence, you know, benefits, and just try to get as much of a powerful garrison as possible, and just try to make sure that the opponent knows that they are not to be trifled with. And let's try and get a nice little... Ooh, yeah, I was trying to go for a nice little headshot there, but no such luck. We are able to do some pretty nice damage here, though, so I shouldn't be too, you know, too complaining about it. You know, I shouldn't really complain too much, because we are behind enemy lines, and I am... I don't know why I'm still doing this, to be honest, because it's so funny. I literally put myself in a situation where I could very easily die, and I'm the only one. I'm the only one in our clan right now. It's so much for me, you know, attempting to marry early so that I can have a significant amount of, you know, backups. But I guess it does increase the tension quite a bit, and now I'm kind of like, oh yes, I could die very easily. That's great, isn't it? Yes, fantastic. Okay, yes, let me hit one of my Vlandian Banner Knights. Perfect, I love that. That's wonderful. And do we have anything else that I can really do here? Well, not really. I mean, my thrown weapon skill is absolutely abysmal, so basically nothing really to do there. We can maybe try to hit a couple of people. Wow, nice. I'm actually hitting. Wow. Okay. I mean, this sword is actually really nice, by the way. This is a one-handed / two-handed sword. Usually, I'm not a big fan of these because they do less damage and slightly are a little bit slower when you use them in one-handed in comparison to using them in two-handed, because obviously they are a slightly heavier weapon type, right? So when you have a one-handed / two-handed, you are provided the versatility of having the ability to use them into, you know, one or two hands, but you do have a small penalty when you use it in one hand. So that's also the reason why I'm not a big fan of them. But it's okay, because it's actually a really good weapon in general, so it doesn't even really matter too much. And there you go, 32 renown, 58 influence, obviously extremely, extremely nice. And we do have, oh yeah, actually some really, really nice prisoners to capture as well. Okay, thanks very much. Let's move on. Okay, yes. Okay, so Tackle Castle was taken by Tegan's army, which is extremely nice. That means that, yes, I am going to probably capture this for the moment. I'm just going to claim it for now. And what I'm going to do is I'm literally just going to... yeah, I'm literally just going to, you know, gift it to someone or whatever. Tackle Castle to me? No, come on now. No. You can't give this to me. Are you serious? No, I'm going to give this to this person over here. This is a lady, apparently. I'm not entirely sure where she is. But, yeah, that's maybe going to be quite funny if she's really, really far away. Hopefully she's not, but, yeah. Well, I guess we'll see. Yeah, so Sabir. Loyalty is a bit of a problem here, which is okay. We don't have to worry about that. But yeah, you can see, look at all the upgrades. All the upgrades are absolutely terrible. I don't know why the AI insists on getting fortifications ranked up, because that's not really the biggest problem right now, is it? No, the biggest problem is the loyalty. So what we're going to do is we're going to have no projects whatsoever for the moment. And all we're going to do is just boost loyalty as harshly and as fast as possible. Ah, look, there is a peace agreement actually with the Nords. Let me actually take a quick look at this. The Nords will pay 840 tribute. Okay. Considering we've just taken Sibir back and we've also taken Tackle Castle, I'm going to say yes to this so that we can start to generate a huge amount of money from these two towns. At least that's what I'm going to try to do. Obviously, you know, that's what I'm doing right now. In other words, you know, getting the loyalty ranked up is really, really dramatically very, very important. So... let's just do that. Gonna try to get it to probably something like 90. I'd like to get it to 90 if at all possible. Trade agreement with the Northern Empire. Okay, yes, we'll say yes to that, of course. As you can see, the Northern Empire not doing very well. 3 towns, 7 castles. We should probably try to eliminate one of the weaker factions, to be honest. That would probably be the best course of action for us right now. And there we go. Okay, so we're at 92. Absolutely perfect. So now what we could do is we can actually start getting some of these. Gonna just get all of the tier 0s to tier 1. That is fundamentally a much better way that, you know, of going about it than going for tier 1s to tier 2s. And then we're going to make the tier 1s go to tier 2, including the fortifications. And then the courthouse will be the last one that we upgrade. And there we have it. Okay, the construction is literally only 63, but we do gain a significant amount of high loyalty. Well, a significant amount from high loyalty, which is quite nice. But it is going to take a long time to do this, isn't it? Yes, 30 days. We need a governor. We need my governor to come over here, actually. But the question is, do we really want to do that in comparison to losing it? Because we could decide to give it to someone else, and then they could, you know, take care of it as best as possible. But you know, then I'm thinking, well, we lose a town then. Is that really bad? I mean, look at the amount of fish this place has. This is insane. Okay, so let's actually just take a little bit. I'm not going to take a huge amount, just a little bit, just to make sure that we're okay for the foreseeable future. And I should probably go over to Sibir as well. Not Sibir. I should probably go over to Balgard as well and actually just take a quick look here, because let me see. The loyalty is actually fine. The loyalty is actually fine. All right, so Sibir is the only place that is really going to have some loyalty problems. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to transfer my governor over here. All right, so I have now transferred our governor. It is going to take him a day or so to get over here. I think 2 days. As you can see, he was in Osterkern, and it's generating 8,100. Extremely nice. Rovolt is generating 5,200, and Balgard is completely fine for some reason. I don't know why, but it's generating 5,000 every single day in comparison to Sibir, which is only generating 700. Ah, look at it. Yes, okay, finally, one of our grandchildren has now come of age, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to leave her where she is. Yes, we're actually going to leave her where she is. I don't... I don't really, you know, the best way to really level up children, in my opinion, is to set them as a convoy or a caravan or even their own party. But the problem with that is that they're going to go into battle and they're going to die with this particular mod, at least. I mean, it's very likely that they will die. Let's just say that. It's not out of the realm of possibility that they will live, but it is very unlikely that they'll survive. Let's just say that. So I have to be very, very careful here. I'm actually going to be leaving her in Rovault as a backup option for our character, just in case we do actually succumb to some kind of, some kind of crazy old age murdering of us, which would hopefully not happen. But yes, we'll see what happens here. Okay, so we'll go for Virile straight away, just in case. We will also go for, should we go for Warlord or Oratory? I'm thinking that Warlord's probably the way to go here. And now the question is, what do we actually want to spec into? I don't know. I don't know. I think medicine. I think medicine, of course. I think probably steward skill too. Steward skill is going to be really, really nice. I think engineering is also going to be really, really nice. So let's just go for all of this. This is really unfortunate, really, because I would love to be able to do, other things like, one-handed, two-handed, etc., etc. Athletics would probably be relatively nice. Let's go for one more point in polearms or something, because we're most likely going to be going into some field battles, right? Let's level up this. Let's get to 7 in intelligence. Do we need 275 in social skills? Yeah, I think so. It's going to take a long time to get there, though. That's the funny thing. Okay, let's go for Endurance 4, I guess. Endurance 4. I mean, obviously, bear in mind, she's only level 2, right? So as soon as she levels up, she's going to be getting even more. She's going to be getting even more attribute points and focus points and so on and so forth. So this is not her final build or anything like that. So yeah, that's going to be extremely, extremely nice for us. And hopefully our grandson will eventually, age up as well. And then we'll have a very, very likely chance for us to get some additional descendants, because otherwise we're gonna be out of luck, aren't we? Yes, we're gonna be out of luck quite dramatically. So yeah, anyway, what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna make our way over to Balgard. Loyalty is still doing absolutely fine there, but I just wanted to make sure that it's all good with their various... Oh yeah, of course you're being annoying. Okay, hello. Okay, so they've actually appointed a new ruler of Landia. Okay, that's absolutely fine. And a courier with a marriage offer for our granddaughter. Yeah, so she's obviously going to then join this guy. No. I'm sorry, that's not going to... that is absolutely the antithesis of what we want. So let's actually do something here. Okay, he's quite a bit behind, unfortunately. I was kind of hoping that he'd be a little bit, higher up, but unfortunately that's not the case. Okay, so he actually doesn't have any focus points in trade, so that's good, because we don't need trade anymore. So I'm thinking we'll go for... Should we go for tactic skill? We could go for tactic skill, we could go for cunning, could make him a scouting guy. He could be a scouting / intelligence guy. So engineering, medicine, steward, and then scouting. I think that might be pretty cool. Scouting and tactics. Yeah, let's do that. Why not? Okay, we'll do that, and we'll see how it goes. Let's go for some medicine skill here. One-handed and two-handed. Oh, nice. Okay, that's pretty cool. Now, I like that. Okay, so let's go here. See what we could do. Obviously, I'm going to try to boost our loyalty a little bit here. It's going to take 20 days. Unfortunately, the construction here is going to take ages. But yeah, oh, look at that. We're at 297 in trade. Okay, if I can just manage to get to 300 in trade skill, I will be very, very pleased. Because all we need to do then is just purchase an extremely, extremely high prosperity fief. Very, very difficult to obtain fief, and then we'll be in a great position. We'll probably easily make another, I don't know, 15 to 20,000 just from that, because, let's face it, that's going to be extremely, extremely nice. Okay, Now, let's have a look. Trade agreement with the Vlandians. Okay, everyone is actually being very passive at the moment. I'm not sure why, but a lot of people are just kind of relaxing. They seem to be licking their wounds, as it were. I mean, you can see here the Khuzait, they should be attacking non-stop. As well as the Aserai, of course. The Aserai and the Khuzait are doing absolutely fantastically. We are going to have to do something... Oh, the Sturgians are actually not doing too badly. I actually thought they were doing a lot worse than they actually are. Interesting. Right. Okay. Well, yeah, you could see here. Let's just take a quick look at those factions. So, 18,400. There's a trade agreement right there. Do we not have a trade agreement with them? No, we don't. Okay, let's get a trade agreement with them, even though, as I said before, it's probably going to help them more than it's going to help us. But we'll see. And the Aserai, they're doing not as good. Not as good. The Khuzait are the closest to us. They are insanely good. But look at how many clans they actually have, by the way. Have you noticed? Have you noticed how many clans they have? They have an extremely small amount just because they've been losing so many people, which is pretty crazy. And the same thing with the Southern Empire. As you can see, the Southern Empire only has 7 clans, which is unheard of. At this point in the game, most factions, look at the Aserai, they only have 6 clans. At this point in the game, most people have literally so many people. It's actually crazy. So that's the reason why I think the Death for All mod is actually something that everyone should play with at least one point, at least at one time or another. And you can, of course, customize. You can customize how likely it is that you are going to die, or how likely it is that everyone's going to die. So yeah, that's also something that's really, really nice. I've obviously put it on a very, very high setting, so that means that a lot of people are dying, and that's exactly what we want. Oh yes. Okay, so yeah, look at this. Clans dying off. Another clan has been destroyed right there. And yeah, I think that's probably going to be it, actually, for this episode. I kind of wanted to play more, but unfortunately, well, there's no war. I could declare war, but I don't really want to do that until Sibir and Balgard are kind of... Well, Balgard's actually looking completely fine now, but the Sibir itself is looking really, really bad. You can see here that they only have 38? Why do you only have 38, you absolute imbecile? What are they doing? Let me actually have a look here. Sibir's got... What? Look at this. 71. We're paying them 71. I don't know why we're not paying them more. I have so much money. Let's do it. Let's do it. Come on. We need to pay them a livable wage, of course. Yes. Okay, we have to pay them a livable wage. I actually don't understand. Why is that not happening? That's kind of weird. Oh, declaring war on the Aserai. Okay, they want to declare war on the Aserai. Okay, that's kind of interesting. All right. I'm not entirely convinced that this is a good idea, to be honest. But it is very far away. Sibir and Balgard are very far away from the Aserai territories. So I actually like that a great deal. So I think we're probably going to say yes to this. But for now, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.